Pita Fams, I'm Frank, and I'm too big to fake it.
And I'm Neum, and I'm ready to send it all day, every day.
All day, every day. Welcome to Faith and Flamez, where we talk story,
share insights that no one asked for,
and as always, eat some tasty food.
Oh yeah.
Just thinking about last week's episodes, and just, man, we had a nice feed. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
To be honest, I loved all the things that we've been doing previously, but that one felt special because, it was like almost, that was quite catered to, and the messages that were shared were, very catered to the occasion.
Yeah.
But I guess what was something that you took away from last week, cuz?
Firstly, cuz that's wafai, mate. That was amazing. I remembered actually my dad used to make it.
Oh yeah.
And so it kind of took me back, even though I wasn't ready to go back. It took me back to those days when he used to make it and go, "Hey, this is breakfast, lunch, and dinner." It was amazing though. It was amazing. Last week talking about the storms that we can foresee and the things that we need to be doing before they hit. This past week it was raining, and I thought, I should take my umbrella, and I didn't. Yeah, I was like, she'll be right, mate. And so needless to say, I came home and I was soaked like I'd been going for a 10k run. Run? What about yourself, guys? Did anything kind of really hit home for you?
I've always been a one can of, like 1-to-1 ratio of corned beef to spaghetti, but after what you prepared for us, man, I'm definitely increasing the ratio of protein.
God, to send it.
Far out, that was incredible. But no, I became a lot more aware of the storms that I was in, and because often we just wake up and you just think, you go through your day and you just think, this is a bit of a downer buzz right now, but you don't realize that, maybe this is a storm that's just, and that's what I was looking at last week. So I was a lot more productive in regards to like thinking about, okay, if this is a storm, what can I do to protect myself? How can I look forward to prepare for other storms that might come because this first one has already hit us? So, it was, like I said, I was a lot more active and productive in regards to thinking about those things that were coming and being proactive and preparing myself, preparing our family for them as well. So,
nice.
It was awesome.
Was there any one in particular that kind of like, actually, that's the one that we're focusing on at the moment as a family?
As a family, probably the storms of sickness. Like, I think as we're coming up to the end of summer, there's been quite a few illnesses and stuff, and my son's away at boarding school, and so with him facing his own storms and being sick and stuff, it was kind of difficult to try and comfort him, to let him know that, hey, even though you're away from the family, we still love you, we're here for you. Last week we weren't really prepared for the storm, and we had to go and do some. I made sure to fill up my pantry just in case. But well, what's on the menu today, cuz?
Cuz I'm gonna shoot straight. It's actually something I don't really know much about.
Oh. That's
why we're gonna enlist a bit of help.
Oh, shucks, hey, that's interesting.
I can't believe this is actually gonna be the first outing that we have.
Wait, we're going out?
We're going out, cuz.
Let's go.
Yeah, I hope you keep that excitement when I tell you where.
Oh, man, I don't care. I'm sure it's, if it's like barbecue, ribs, man, I'm excited, man. Let's go.
That one. So, guys, because of the topics, something that we've decided that we're going to eat is salad.
Can you cut my mic? Salad. Wow, okay.
Before today, that kind of word fit with balloons and streamers and, it was a decoration.
Yeah.
But today we're going to go searching just around the corner to a place called Pita Pit.
Oh, okay.
What we're going to do is we're going to check out their chicken Caesar bowl.
Yes.
We're going to look at the Kumara and lentil bowl.
So we're going like vegetarian.
Just so my ancestors don't visit me at night and, show their disappointment, we're going to have the steak salad bowl too.
Oh. Okay. Nah, I can do that.
So instead of going to Pita Pit, cuz, what we're going to do first is we're just going to make the order.
Oh, yeah.
We'll call them up.
Oh, sweet.
And they can prep it.
Okay.
So we can have a rest.
Yeah, you know what? You deserve it, eh?
No rest for the wicked, though.
Oh. Is that why we're tired?
All right, cuz.
All right.
I'll give them a call.
Let's go. Fire out. As you were making the call, cuz, I was looking at the website and having a look. So I was getting confused. It's like, is this lettuce or cabbage or like some of the ingredients I hadn't seen before.
Oh, I had to GPT some of them because I didn't know what they were.
Thinking about ingredients, what's our ingredients for our podcast today?
Because today's going to be a bit of an interesting one.
Yeah.
I was looking at those things that I guess need to be left behind in order for us to grow and move forward in our lives.
Wow.
It could be habits, it could be a way of thinking, it could be sometimes even friends or people that we love.
Yeah. What about debt? I've got heaps of that. Can I leave that behind too?
Today's principle is also looking at the things that may have been a big part of our lives, but no longer serve us.
Wow. You know, a song comes to mind when we think about today's topic, eh? It's that one, take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. Oh.
How does it go?
Take the shackles off my... Like what you're saying is looking and analysing our lives, seeing what is dead weight and getting rid of that, eh?
Yeah, I got a lot of that.
But yeah, like, you know, just ridding those things so that we can, you know, progress. I love that.
It is. It's also about change. Change is something that I don't like, man. Like, straight up, the other day when my tyre popped, I didn't want to change it, so I kept driving along. Just do not like change.
Yeah.
But in order to, I guess, grow, sometimes you have to let some things go.
Wow. Man, this is going to be a really interesting topic, eh? I'm excited to hear, I guess, how both of us have kind of done that letting go, freedom, to get to the points, you know, where we are today. Man, what a mean-ass topic, cuz.
Like I said before, it might get a bit dicey. There may be some pretty raw things that we talk about.
Wow.
I think you said it 2 podcasts ago about vulnerability. I think this is where we might have to go to actually connect to these topics and these life principles today.
To be honest, cuz, like, I've already gotten rid of a lot of things this morning, and my stomach's empty now. But, you know, I think it's time for us to, you know, maybe go and have a look at what it looks like. Hey, is that us, cuz?
Yeah, Pita Pit. Cook it up.
Oh, let's go! Man, shucks, cuz, you know, that was a different experience, eh? Like, you know, I'm used to hearing the, you know, the and smelling the smoke and, you know, the juices, you know, just coming off of whatever it is that we're burning. But man, that was just like, you know, all of this vegetables and stuff, you know, it was a bit different, eh?
It was an interesting experience. There was a little bit of a sizzle, but that was about it. And hey, Kaz, has there ever been a moment in your life or a situation where you've tried to better yourself, but something, someone, someone's have kind of tried to pull you back from moving forward?
Yeah, shucks. Definitely, cuz, man, is, you know, here's some experiences where that's kind of, you know, happened. But one I think that I want to share is, it's kind of 2 parts. The first part is, I guess, who I was at the particular time. But I was known as the, do you know, have you ever heard of Bob the Build-Ups? Bob the Build-Ups. That was me. I was Bob the Build-Ups, and, you know, and I say that in the sense that, you know, I was the guy who would say, oh, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I'll be there. Oh, of course, no, let's do this. And I'd never turn up. I had kind of become this person that was he's going to say he's going to be there, but he's not actually going to be there. For me, that was just, you know, my protection of saving me. I didn't want to be with these other people. I didn't want to see them, or, you know, I was just too lazy. My wife, she was the first person who identified that and was, you know, she actually scolded me. She was like, you know, that's not an aspect of a person that I would want to see myself with. Okay. And so I was like, whoa, what do you mean? She said, she knows people who are like that. She knows this person. She never trusted them. And so it was a little bit scary for me being put in that same kind of, you know, realm with these people. I remember her very vividly saying, if you say something, you need to do it. You need to be a man of your word.
Yo.
And I thought to myself, but I am. thinking back, oh, actually, yeah, no, I'm not. And so, you know, it took a long time for me to fight against this, you know, who I had identified myself with before, saying, yes, I'll do, you know, yeah, I'll be there, knowing full well I'm not going to be there, you know. And, you know, that was kind of the person that I had become. People kind of remembered me as the, oh, remember when you said this, but you didn't, you know. And so it took a long time for me to change, you know, that persona and change that way. In a sense, elevate myself to be a man of my word. It was really difficult because, you know, I had already kind of built this reputation with this community. But all of a sudden, when I began saying I'll be there and turning up, saying I'll do it and I actually do it, it was difficult because people thought, oh, this is a one-off.
Yeah.
You know, he'll go back, he'll return back to being who he was. But because I had a love for my wife and I had this desire to be, you know, this man for her, and although it was me trying to show her that I could be this person, it was also an indication of me that I could be better. And so it was a struggle because, you know, I would say to these same people, oh yeah, I'll be there, knowing full well I didn't want to go, but I turned up.
Yeah.
And it took a couple of months, in some cases, almost a year, for these people to start thinking and believing that, hey, Frank's this trustworthy guy. We can do this. We can expect this from him, and he'll deliver. Cool thing about that is, you know, when we moved away from that community and we're in this new community, I had the, you know, opportunity to now establish myself as Frank is this guy who, if he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, when I, in hindsight, look back and I saw the pain that I caused, you know, the mistrust that, you know, came from being this person who was, you know, not a man of his word. And then coming to be this man who I was, I don't regret a lot of things in my life, but that was one of the things that I regret is I wish that I could have been better back then.
Just coming back to one of the points that you made around those people that, you know, you would talk to and you'd be like, yeah, no, I'm going to be this Frank. This is who I am now. Was there anyone that kind of actually said it to you like, nah, no, you're not?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the majority of them would, eh?
Yeah.
And I guess that's because I had proven to them who I was, knowing full well that I wasn't that person. And so, you know, when I told them that I'll do it and they were like, nah, you're not, it was, one, quite hurtful because I had done that to myself. You know, that Frank that I had identified as, I needed to cut him off because I wanted to be better. It motivated me to show them that, hey, look, I'm actually a different person now, and I'm grateful because my wife is this person who's elevated me to this.
I love that. That's actually what I was gonna ask you, but I just want to acknowledge that, you know, that resilience.
Oh yeah, thanks,
you know, but I was wondering what motivated you as well as your wife's support and, you know, telling you straight.
Yeah.
Hey, if there's no one else that can tell you straight, it's gonna be your wife. Yeah.
For real.
And so looking at that too, and then allowing that to be motivation, because it could also be something else.
Yeah.
When people are telling you, oh, you can't be better, you can't do these things. What I loved is that you're like, but I'm gonna show you.
I guess I had survived, you know, in my life for that long being that guy because I could. And I didn't know any better. And then when my wife came in, you know, she could see things in me that I couldn't see, you know, and she had this belief of this, she saw this potential that I had. And yeah, it was great that I had someone who opened my eyes to that. And, you know, and it was me that needed the change. It was me that, you know, I had this potential to be better and to be good, but I was my own worst enemy, you know. And in the essence, I had to prune those bits of me off. Because I'm a gardener now.
Hey, Mr. Gardener, let's go. Because we've been eating the garden.
We're going to be
man.
But yeah, no, I had to prune those little bits of, you know, old Frank that weren't me. And, you know, the funny thing is, it's just like, you know, when you prune those things off, they tend to grow back. You know, it's like me, you know, it's easy to fall back into those old habits. you know, but that's where it's also, you know, for me, it's always understanding where I've come from and making sure that I remember that, but where I am currently and how do I stay there.
Yeah.
What are some things that perhaps, you know, you've had to prune, get rid of, you know, and I guess rise above in your own situation, cuz?
I'll share this. I was working in this job and I loved being there. I didn't necessarily love the job, but it paid well. And the more I worked, obviously the more I got paid.
Yeah.
And so I realized that I was spending more time at work than I was at home. And my justification was based on I'm the provider.
Yeah.
So the more I work and the harder I push, the more my family can have.
Wow.
What I realized is that my relationships at home, my relationships at work, and outside of work and home started to crumble. As I moved through the work and continued pushing and pushing and pushing, there was a crossroad and I had to make a decision. I realized when I looked in the mirror, I'd actually become a different person.
Wow.
The job that I had consumed me. The pruning for me was cut the job or cut ties with actually why I was working there.
Wow.
But that was the reality. I say that I'm working for my family, but yet I'm never spending time with them. What didn't help was the environment wasn't the greatest either.
Yeah.
I had talked to my brother-in-law actually about it, and man, I know I need to quit because it's the only way I'm going to get away from it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can step back. Sometimes you can walk a little bit down the road. For me, because I was so connected, I had to disconnect from it and, like you said, cut it off.
Wow.
The hardest part of it was cutting it off, not knowing where I was going to go next.
Wow.
And so as I started to put the processes in place to cut it off, it grabbed me even tighter.
Wow.
There was a role that I'd wanted and I'd worked from the bottom and I was ready to get this role, and I thought, you know what? No. Let go, walk away. As I was saying before, had to let some things go to allow other things to grow because nothing else could grow around me.
Yeah.
Not because I took up all the space. The day I handed my resignation in, my boss handed me a contract to that role I wanted.
No way.
And I looked at it and I just said, thanks, bro, but no thank you.
Wow.
And I went to the bathroom and had a cry. No. As you were sharing, because sometimes you've got to cut those branches off and they grow back. What I found is that they don't grow back straight away.
Yeah.
And that was the struggle for me, is that I had cut this job to pieces and I was trying to mend my relationship with my family and those around me, but they weren't growing back straight away. My income hadn't been replaced straight away.
Oh, man.
So then you had the voices.
Yeah.
Hey, when you quit your job, you know, you're supposed to have a job to go into.
Yeah.
Or why are you putting your family in this position for? You're supposed to be the provider.
Wow.
So I had all of these voices, and then again, the role is still open if you want it, bro.
It's just compiling, eh?
Yeah.
Talk to me about how how did you come to that realization that, holy moly, this isn't who initially I wanted to be?
It was actually quite easy to see because I aligned my values and my beliefs, integrity, honesty, hardworking, family, church, and I wasn't there. I wasn't present in any of them.
Wow.
So if I had a tick box, like a template, I'm here, there were no ticks.
Yeah.
Christmas Day, you get, time and a half, or you get double time plus a day in lieu.
Yeah.
Where I was working, you could do double, triple shifts and triple that. So on Christmas morning, my family rings me like, Merry Christmas, Dad. And I'm like chilling with the service users. And we're like, yeah, Merry Christmas. But I'm just thinking about the money.
Yeah.
And my kids are just wanting me home. My wife just wants me home.
Yeah.
So that was one of the indicators. But because I'm a slow learner, I did that twice in a row.
Wow.
And I was there no longer building my family or my family's goals and dreams. I was building someone else's.
Yeah.
let's take a snapshot. I think I spent maybe 3 to 4 years there. Imagine what it looks like 10 years' time. From there, 10 years' time, my children would no longer be children.
Yeah.
But they also wouldn't have me in their experiences growing up.
Man, that's incredible, you know, like, to have so much at your fingertips, you know, and have that kind of earnings with, you know, the thought in your back of your head, this is for my family, when in actuality it becomes not about that. And then walking away from that, cutting that off and changing, man, that would have taken incredible strength, cousin.
I reflect on what this podcast is named. It was literally the faith to, well, not that I can jump off the ground, but jump all in
Yeah.
to be able to go through the flames of not knowing where our money was going to come from, where our next meal was going to come from, and get through that to be able to, I guess, be in a better place.
You know, thinking about making change from the people that we used to be to, you know, pruning those things off. It's important for us to try and introduce, you know, things that might help to elevate us towards our goals.
Yeah, I like that. And I guess that's why we chose this, is that it was letting some things go to allow other things to grow, and then they chopped them and cut them up and put them on our plate.
Man, you know what? Normally I'm a little bit more excited, but hey, shucks, you know, we're trying something new here, fams. And to be honest with you, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we'll give it a go.
Let's give it a jam, eh? Man, it's looking it's appetizing, eh? Would you say so?
Yeah, it looks like an apple. Hey, I'm just really grateful to the people at Rotatuna Pita Pit, man.
Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for letting us come in. And oh man, the food looks great. Oh man, I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
Thinking about today's topic and, you know, our session today, any takeaways?
What I loved about today, cuz, is that I feel like so many people can relate to fighting those battles against themselves.
Yeah.
As you were sharing, looking at the different people that they want to be, but yet when they try, some of those past things come back.
You know, one thing that I've taken away from, you know, both of, you know, our conversations, our talanoa today is to not be afraid to look at yourself and to see, you know, try your best to see yourself through other people's eyes. Nah, man, those are some things that I'm really looking forward to, I guess, mulling over during the week.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important for us to invite, you know, you guys as well. You know, share with us some of the things that, you know, the battles that you've probably faced when you're thinking about looking back at situations where you've had to try and, you know, rise above, you know, your old self or the environment that you're in. What have you had to change, and the challenges that have come with changing in those environments.
Yeah, we would love to hear those things.
I'm grateful for all your support again. Follow us on all of these things over here. Any insights, previews, a little bit of a trailer into, you know, in regards to what we're doing next week.
So next week, cuz, we're going to be talking about what we're willing to sacrifice for the greater cause.
That topic sounds incredible, man. Like, that's going to be another spicy one, eh?
Yeah, it will be.
Thank you so much for today, cuz.
That was goodie. That was a goodie.
Goodie, all right. And with that, I'm Frank.
And I'm Neum.
And this is
Faith and Flames.